Yep.
What's
Hey,
what's happening?
what's up, though?
First, first show of 2023.
Hey,
New
need
Year.
some confetti. Let me see. What can I throw in the air? It won't break. Yeah, bag of it.
What the fuck?
Nigga, what else can I throw?
That is so hilarious. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to this episode of Crucial Convos. It's your girl, F.L.O.R.
It's your boy, Emery.
We so sorry. We so sorry. We know we took some time off. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. All that good shit. Good shit.
All of it.
How was your holiday, bro?
It was good, man. It was long, but it was good. Got a good chance to spend some good time with my new lady, and then got her to, met her family, her people,
Oh.
all the way, like, kind of talking to them, but, met them, then she met my family. My family was in town. We had a ball. Man. I had a good time, man. My sister was here. My mama was here. Some of my homies came through, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we had a good time, man.
Yeah.
We had a really good time.
Yeah. It was
How
different for
about you?
me.
Yeah,
Because, I was supposed to went out of town for work.
that's right. And that's right. I remember. Yeah.
So I had left, but came back early, and we had celebrated Christmas early. So when I came back, of course, my daughter and my grandbaby had made other plans. So my Christmas was really
Right.
boring.
Oh, because they wasn't even there?
They weren't
Oh,
even
man.
here. And then, like,
Dang.
boys don't really like playing games or, so I told my husband, seeing as though our children are grown, like our last one graduated this year, May. We will no longer be in the States for Christmas. And the
Hey,
amazing part about that is that my anniversary is on Christmas Eve.
that's even better.
That's even better. So I could just, get away to somebody
Right.
island.
Right.
Making the baby. But we all know that I am spayed and neutered, whichever one they decide. I ain't really got to worry about
Ain't that what, who was the guy from The Price is Right? Bob something? What was his name? Well, Bob Barker. Bob Barker used to say that at the end. Make sure you get your pet spayed or neutered.
I think I'm neutered. I think
Yeah.
that's what.
Is that what? I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's what it is. But I'm damn sure that, like,
I know that's right.
So yeah. So we just made 19 years of marriage.
Yes, sir. Where's a round of applause at?
Appreciate it.
That's a win for the home team, girl.
Coming up on 22 years together. So I don't know if I'm gonna kill him or he gonna kill me. I don't know.
All right, let's not kill anybody. We just talked about the two H's that we need to make sure we good on.
I just be trying to explain to you. You be hearing it.
I do.
You be hearing, but that's my baby. So anyway, today's topic. Why do we expect our partners to just know?
To just know.
I ain't never really think about this until Emery asked this question to me, at me, whatever. And I think for me, I get frustrated when I have to reiterate what I've already told you, right? I do think there's something that I need to work on. But I also feel that at a certain time in your life, you should be able to focus and understand and answer a question that someone's asking you.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
If I come to you and tell you that I don't like peanut butter, why would you ask me if I want a peanut butter jelly sandwich? I told you that if I eat peanut butter, I'm gonna die.
Get the EpiPen. Listen, he might get that brand new EpiPen. They got the the pandemic stuff in it. What's that called? The antidote. What is that? The vaccine. He might get the vaccine in there.
I don't need your vaccine. I know. And like, so I was posed a question. Why? P, put the question up for me, Mom. The first one you asked.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't we expect our partners to just know, right? So that was the question that our EP asked. So my response to that is it's unfair for me to expect for you to already understand or know what my feelings are. Like, these are my feelings. So I would have to express them to you in order for you to know, to have an idea or whatever. So if I've told you one time, then okay, you probably forgot. You might be like, oh shit, I gotta taste of peanut butter and jelly, because that's just your thing. Like, that's your thing. So second time, nah, babe, I'm allergic. I'm good. Like Kia said, I hate repeating myself. You got that third time. After that third time, I'm convinced that you just that I'm allergic to peanut butter. I'm allergic. You know, so does that mean you're not listening? Does that mean you're not interested?
Yeah, all the above.
Like, how far do you have to go in order to really get, your point across? Like, really, on camera though? For real though? Like, if y'all don't understand how real we are, like, that was just some of the realest shit ever.
Sorry, guys.
He not though.
I'm really not.
Kia said, I feel like you're not listening or you don't care after 3 times. And you can't convince me that you do, because...
Well, okay.
All right. What? What's your
rebuttal? So, I feel like the 3 times rule that many people have. Kia, I appreciate you saying that too. And what's up, y'all? Happy New Year, Denise. I didn't respond to that. Happy New Year to you too, Kia. I feel like the 3 times rule it's a response to how things were before, and it's not necessarily fair. Now, if it's clearly, I do think there's levels to it. The peanut butter stuff, clearly, you can die, like legitimately, be out of here. But if it's more like, babe, your pants on the floor, you keep taking your pants off and leaving them where I don't want you to. You know what I'm saying? That's not this. I don't think that's the same. And then for you too, for the guys and girls, I don't think that's the same as something as
crucial.
As crucial, you know what I'm saying? Because you could really legitimately, be up out of here off of that. So the 3 times is a good. I mean, if it's a hard line, I feel like that may be an issue. 3 times, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that each time you don't express yourself, because I'm sure you should if you don't. But just 3 times, okay. So it's like 3 times, and then what? Like, are you done with the relationship, or you just really think he don't care about you? You know what I'm saying?
Like after the 3 times, that's kind of when the argument comes in. And he don't understand why the argument is taking place. So now she's so fired up, she can't even really articulate it's because you're not necessarily paying attention to the things that I'm telling you.
I got you.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kia said mine is more like regarding boundaries and respect.
Yeah.
Like, Shit, pick the damn pants up. Regardless. It's the damn hamper that I created. So once you take them off, you can drop them right there. Are
Right.
you doing it spitefully, or are you just really that ADHD to where you've just forgot every single day for 15 years? Because some marriages go over that shit, but they really break up over that.
Yeah.
So is it because I don't know? It's a lot of different reasons that people have in their head. I realized that my husband pays attention, but not really. So over the Christmas break, like we really don't get to spend a lot of time together. We probably get maybe 5 days max, like consecutively.
Okay.
This holiday we had 2 weeks. Oh.
Is that a good O or a bad O?
That's a thank God I'm alive. Oh, it was hard, but I don't know.
Yeah. So okay, put back up that one question, Pete. I feel like when I read that question, why don't we expect our partners to just know? I take that as just like that's unrealistic. I feel like we do expect our partners to just know. I do. I feel like we don't. I feel like our historical heritage, when it comes to relationships and life and stuff we see, fairy tales, expectations, fantasies, all that stuff happens. And then when we get to a relationship, we have a bunch of stuff that we bring and look. And it's almost like we have our life, how we supposed to, however we have it, and we want our person to fit in there. And we don't really give them room to legitimately make their own space in our life. And so we try to make them fit into how we've been, done and, wronged. And it's unrealistic. So we kind of have this stuff like, we've all heard this stuff, the saying about common sense ain't common. But then we still say it's common sense to know this. We still kind of use both. But the reality, in my opinion, genuinely, man, is if you don't open your mouth, how is somebody supposed to know? I don't think in most cases people, unless they just petty and something wrong with them, I don't think people are just being jerks like that with a new person. I do think, how you said, he listens, but he don't listen. I think that's a lot of it for both people. Or they don't, and they don't understand how serious it may be. So like in Kia's case, when she said she mostly talking about boundaries and respect, if the guy likes, even if, y'all ain't in love yet, but if y'all like him, I mean, if y'all like each other, the goal shouldn't be to, do stuff that you don't like, that's going to put you on your heels so early in the relationship, but I think it happens because we're merging. And it's like, this is who I am. This is who I've said this a lot of times. We get to this spot and sometimes we never come away from, like, relationships end sometime in that state because we still doing this instead of coming to, and in that time period, it's like, well, you ought to know. You ought to know. You ought to know. You ought to know. And that's not fair because you got to open your mouth. Now, to an extent, they should know, but if you hadn't said nothing, you can't even have an argument.
How many times I got to tell you though?
That's where it comes. I don't think there should be no hard number. That's my thing. I don't, because I don't think it's like I'm very boy. I'm a hard person to be with. Because I have and what I call standards. I have a standard. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not met, if I was like 3 and you out or 3 and we got to argue, we gonna argue because it's like I feel like I've worked on myself since I was young. You know what I'm saying? I've really genuinely been working on myself as far as my temper and as far as how I talk, because I talk strong, and that's not always, the best route to take. I know this, but I've been, like I said, I've been working on myself, and it would be foolish to expect everybody to be working on themselves as much as I've been working on myself. Now, if you ain't been working on yourself, we ain't gonna work at all. I'll stop it. But given that grace, I think that was a major part of what we were talking about too. How much to give. In that, especially in the beginning stages or whatever. Like I said, there's levels to it. So if it's some stuff that's detrimental, like if you hate the F word and he keeps saying it, that may be, something that we may have to take a look at. Or if she's abusive, something like that, I think we could, have a hard one time sometimes, sometimes one is enough. But just us cohabitating and trying to live and learn each other 3 times is almost condemning, because nobody's going to get it. And as good as I think I am, I would, because I like to play by the same set of rules.
Hold on before you go further. You said 3 times is condemning, right?
In a sense.
I can counter that and say 3 times is enabling.
Really?
Or is enabling. Because if I continue to coddle you, then you'll never really understand that you really need to listen and for us to get through or get to what we need to.
Okay. Denise.
Hey.
I think you reading? I'll read it.
Go.
What? I'm gonna read it. I think at the beginning of a relationship, both people put their best foot forward. You may overlook the clothes on the floor. Once you're in a relationship, you start to show your real self. And that's when the clothes on the floor bothers you. But by then, you've been picking them up and acting as if it didn't bother you. Now you want them to just know it actually does bug you, when you could have set that ground rule from the beginning. My God, today.
So, to counter that, as I was talking to EP earlier, she said, because this same thing came up, and she said, but what if I was scared to say that to you? Like what if I was scared to tell them, that I didn't like it that way, whatever, to pick up your pants or whatever. That's when I say that's your fault.
Yeah, same.
Like, honestly, like that's your fault, because when you're in a relationship, even in the beginning, to come into this relationship covering shit up, walking on eggshells is not necessarily a good thing. Being scared of just communicating how you don't really care to pick a person's pants or socks or drawers or t-shirts or okay, I digress. Pick up
No, you own it. I agree with that.
Pick it up off the floor. Like, you're an adult. Like, I still got to do this for the kids. I have to take care of, especially the stay-at-home moms. Like, I've been there, done that. I would rather work 3 jobs than be a stay-at-home mom. I promise you.
All right.
Like, no, I'm serious. Like, I would rather work than be a stay-at-home mom. To me, it's rewarding as far as making sure your kid is okay. But the mental toll that it takes on you, like, it's overwhelming. And a lot of women don't really tell their husbands. They expect for them to just know that when you come home, you need to take over because you've been gone all day. No, sugar. You should have made that standard known when you realized it was too much and you needed a break when he got home.
And so that's really my point too, man. It's like it is a delicate balance. Obviously, it's a delicate balance of, how much do I say in the beginning? I don't want to, what I'm saying, make it seem like I'm nagging or make it seem like I'm complaining so much. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand. I genuinely do get, how hard it could be for some people to make that distinction. But if we're, you have to be realistic. Like, if you know that's going to bother, even if you start off saying one as a joke the first time, like, I know you ain't got your clothes on that floor again. Haha.
But I do think
Something.
that's a really good icebreaker too for individuals that feel uncomfortable, approaching
Yeah, of
a
course.
situation directly on, because they say it's a little bit of truth in every joke that's told.
It
So,
is. It absolutely is.
I think
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, just started, I'm not the, I don't I can say it from the gate, and then how you respond will determine how we move forward.
Right.
In a sense, I'm not, saying we gotta stop talking, but that really sets the groundwork, and that's if I don't, that's if I like you. If we trying to see what's up, I'll do it from the beginning, and clearly you won't go in hard, but you know what, babe. You tell me you put the head wrap on my side of the sink. You got a whole side over there, and that may be like small to. I mean, it's not a thing for me, but it may be small to the girl. But if it's a thing, you
Eventually go left.
you have to open your mouth. Like, nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. It don't matter if we. It don't matter how we expect it. If they don't know, they don't know, and you can't hold them accountable if they don't know. Shamar, don't start.
She's so shady. I was just about to
You know
say
what I'm saying, nigga? Come on, man.
she's so shady. Listen, you could have got the greeting if you was still on time. You always on TV time. I got a little shade of me too.
Oh, she been giving me the blues all day, all week.
Close.
Get out of here, nigga.
Y'all know we ain't far away. Anytime, like, y'all know something gotta be going on, or like, y'all know it has to be something urgent for us to not be here with y'all on Tuesdays. Y'all know that.
Man, in there something.
Y'all
Something
know,
is up.
So, but yeah, we missed y'all too. For real.
Miss you too, girl.
We did. I do think it's unfortunate. And you may, let it be known that you don't like it. I've been married for so long, and my husband still do the same stuff that irritated me in the beginning that I told him about. Just as Emery said, he's a hard person to be with. Like, it just is what it is. I just feel like for my husband, he don't really know how to read a room. So like if he come in, you got an issue too. See, so like you come in, and if the energy is wavy, like ride that wave versus diving in. Like, I think that's just something a lot of people really need to pay attention to. I'm trying not to divert, but I'm not. So yeah. It's just it shouldn't be hard. As I said, if you need to give a little jokey joke or whatever, and this shit still may go on. It's just, to me, it's really just a part of relationships. It's one of those things that you're gonna have to deal with because some people not used to having that individual there to take care of them. So once they get it, they just be like, well, you started it, so you can't take it back now.
And that be the thing. It's like if we start, so because everybody says, "Oh, this is me" from the beginning. Everybody's not being honest, okay? But everybody says it. I do believe I give who I am from the gate. I'll tell you, I'm a jerk. I can definitely be a jerk. Like, if I get mad, just leave me alone, because that can go a different kind of way. You know, you can see my humor. Most things don't bother you. Y'all know that. Most things don't bother me, but there's a few that, I mean, every time, ooh, ruffle my feathers. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on that because it shouldn't, continually have the same effect. But there are some things that still do that. And if you've been, keeping stuff, there's a difference, in my opinion. There's a difference between just trying to see if you like the person how they are and not speaking up when something really bothers you. Because, and I think overall the idea is the fairy tale effect. I feel like that we think, people should just know. People should just know, and that, I'm sorry, Pete just threw me off. People should just know, and I don't even know my other point. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. She just blew it. Let me close this. I can't even. I'm at work, nigga. Oh yeah, go ahead.
If you were saying what I think you were saying, it's fair for you to just know without you explaining it, and then for you to get mad about it is even more rude to me, because if I come to you as a girl, or if you come to me as a homegirl and be like, "Girl, he didn't bring me flowers this week," and I'm gonna be like, "Did you like flowers? Because I don't like flowers. I love flowers."
Yeah.
My question can be, well, have you ever told him you flowers? Girl, we've been together for 5 years. Like, he used to give me flowers, but he stopped. You used to give him head and you stopped. So I understand why his flowers stopped. Like, it don't be hard. And I feel like individuals make things that benefit them. Like if it benefits them, then they're going to make it harder, because now you have to jump through hoops to please me. I get to sit here and watch you jump through hoops because I want to. No, no. All you have to do was say, "Hey, Kevin, like, I remember when you used to buy me flowers. Sit down, talk." He gonna say, "Hey, Sheila, I remember when I came in the house and you told me to jump down that Kool-Aid was waiting for me." So just
okay. It could be. It's a simple conversation. Most things are simple conversations, right? In my opinion. Hey, Jazz. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Most things can be fixed with a simple conversation, but if you don't have it, now you have secret expect. Like, there was a quote I put up. It was what was it? It said something like, unspoken, like, if you don't speak up. I don't remember how I said. I wish I did. If you don't speak up, then that becomes unspoken expectations. Something like that, along those lines. If you don't say it out loud, internally you're expecting it. So each time it doesn't happen, you get let down a little bit more. You get let down, you get a little more. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't speak up. Because somewhere we feel like it things change to where we feel like people's, like, our person will just know. That's really what I feel like it is. I think we think that the person that God has created for us is this guy or girl who's just going to know exactly what's needed. You know what I'm saying? And I've been saying we've been for this the whole time we've been having a podcast. You have to open your mouth. Mm-hmm. There's really no way around it. Even if you're the shy type, if you don't really want to, talk about the heavy stuff, then, put some parameters around it. We're going to talk 20 minutes. If it gets hot and heavy, we're going to put a pin in that. We'll mark it because we got to come back to it. Mark that, and we're going to stop. And we're going to talk about some of the lovey-dovey stuff or something. Like, it don't have to be full on until it's over. Because if your pride stands up to mine, we'll end over something stupid, you know? And then we'll have to make good excuse, you know, we'll have a good story to tell because my standpoint and your standpoint is going to be completely different.
Or you're gonna be stuck in a toxic relationship to where the only way you guys communicate is aggressively.
Is it who now?
Or you're gonna result in a toxic relationship because the only way you communicate is aggressively now. You scream, yelling, you throwing, you curse, like it's still not being heard because of the way you're communicating.
Yeah. Denise said men tend to say straight up what bothers. Oh, girl, let me just okay. All right. She said men say straight up what bothers them, but women think they can change his mind about certain things. Women tend to talk in circles and not say straight out what bothers them. But want a man to just get it. Because at some point she brought it up, but he didn't realize it was directly towards him. Bishop Jakes, like Bobby was saying something down here, Jake says that women talk in circles, men speak in straight lines. So like this, Misha, I'm just getting home off work. What's for dinner, sweetie? And your response is, ooh, let me tell you, when I was getting to the grocery store, I couldn't even get there, and then because they had an accident, and then I saw Bobby Earl. He was trying to follow me down each row in the store. Girl, what is for dinner? Well, I was trying to tell you if you would let me talk. You're like, God. And I think because men don't understand women all the way, and women don't understand men, and we try to force that part instead of understanding who we have. One of the ways that oh man, did Bobby just say that? He really did say that.
Yep.
Oh my mama, I'm telling you, I saw that a couple weeks ago, and then it was an old clip. Yeah, we trying to force that part and not understanding that men and women are just different, and our communication styles are just different. So if you're the type that likes circles, that's almost like you like more explanation in your response.
You really want to be heard. Like you really want to explain what went on that day. You it really ain't got nothing to do with him asking about dinner. As y'all can tell, Emery talked about everything other than dinner, you know, and I had to over-explain. I don't know if that's the testosterone in me, call it what you will, but I feel like you lying if you got over-explain to me.
Right. I think that's how men feel. It's like, what, man? This one here is a simple question, which requires a simple response. But if you're going all around the corner.
So Jasmine said women try to explain everything so you get it. But I feel like that's still too much because if you overload their brain, they still fucking lost. So like, where are you winning at that particular point? You know what I mean?
Because so we're asking a question because, okay, our roles are different. Men and women, it should be. I'll just say, oh, mine. Let me talk about me because the roles are just different. Okay. Since I'm the protector, the leader, all that other, whatever. I'm asking those questions. Number one, I just get home from work. You want me to get them kids? I need a couple minutes. I know you had it tough too, so we need to put them in a room and we can woosah together or something. But we need a break. But then I'm hungry too, and I know you cooking. I know you getting down. So I'm coming home. I'm like, boom, what's for dinner? So now I can see, do I need to, am I gonna stay on my diet, or am I, how much? I'm like, there's a process to the answer that you give. Like if I'm asking a question I need that answer for my well-being overall. There's other stuff that come with it, but if it's going around in circles, that can be annoying, and vice versa. Like I don't want to just speak about my end. If you're the type that's like, you be like, babe, how was your day? Oh, it was pretty cool. She like, that's it. You ain't got nothing else. You know, she want to hear about what the day was. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to discount that because that's a real thing as well. Like some, you know, there has to be some compromise clearly. But then there's another spot. Where's P at? There's a spot for shutting up. That's across the board from guys and girls. You know?
It's crazy because some people that I went to high school with put up, I can't remember who it was, but the post she put up is, I need to learn how to shut up. So there's always space to shut the fuck up. She said, I need to learn how to shut up. And there was a lot of responses like, I've been me all this time, so it's too late to change now. And it was crazy that it was a lot of women like, this is who I am. I don't need to change. Like, I'm too far gone now. But it was also women saying, you're right. Like, and my response is, all women need to learn this lesson. Like, because it could be valuable. You can hear stuff, as I always say, the worst thing to do is to let your man be in the mood to open up, and then you feel like you gotta say, ouch. Oh, he's shutting down. Oh, you gotta wait a whole nother 6 months before he ready to talk again. Mind you, and within that 6 months, so much more shit than piled on top. He don't really know where to start. All because you didn't just shut up to hear what he was ready to talk to you about, because you made him comfortable enough to confide in you.
Yeah.
It's always a place to shut up.
Always a place for it, man. On both ends too, but absolutely. Just be quiet. You know? Man, how's somebody gonna know, like to kind of get back to the topic, you can't know if when I'm talking you cut me off, can't finish a thought because you so anxious to jump right in and correct me or tell me how I thought it, you know, fix it, you know. It has to be a place for shutting up. So I can tell you what I like, don't like, what I want, don't want. And then I need to be, and then, so that for me, that needs to be acknowledged. Don't just be sitting there looking at me while I'm talking. And then when it's your turn, you change the subject. If we're having a real conversation, you talk about whatever you want. Nah, you said some pertinent stuff here, dear. You know what I'm saying? I need to know that you, and you know, and like genuinely understand. I don't mean like, okay, because that will turn me off too. That'll turn most men off. That, you know, aggressive, just okay, which means you just tired of talking. You want this to stop. You know, and then if you know, the double bag, you act like you understand. I understand. It's like, what are we doing? Like, where's the communication? Like, what are you used to? Like, how do you normally resolve issues if that's your take?
I think that's kind of a trigger for someone feeling like they got the best of you and they just keep going on and on and on because the answers that you give is not sufficient enough. Because they're looking for a specific answer. But your answer is that's not what I'm going to give. That's not what I feel. And a lot of guys have a specific answer that they want a female to hit to make them feel, and females too, that they understand.
That is true. No, you're right.
That's not the way brain process. I'm not going to come to you and say X, do R. No, I'm going to say ABC because that's the way that it goes. So I feel like if people just accept the way that people process, then it'll be better. Don't make it what you want it to be. Let it be what it is. Like, and if you don't understand, express that. I don't understand why would you come from that route? And he'll probably be able to break it down a little further for you to understand. What I've learned by shutting up is that my husband is wrong a lot.
There we go. And so, boom, now you got it.
Because I shut up to let him bury himself. So when I replay it, and he'd be like, "Oh shit, that's what happened." Yeah. Oh, well, now he want to change the subject. So when I used to be her, I used to be the one that's ready to rebuttal. Like I'm just sitting there looking at you, you know. Like I used to be her until I understood. All right, wait. Life will probably be a little bit easier if you really took the time to understand where he's coming from. Okay, so you know so when I learned how to shut up, like I said, I've never heard my husband say I was right this much in these last 2 weeks, and I told him that like, am I being punked because you said Misha, you're right so much to. I'm a little scared.
And that, well, don't be scared. Don't be scared. That's because, and most likely, that's because y'all have just got to a place where you just have to argue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's become whatever you say is going to be the opposite. But now that you're shutting up, and you know he keep talking and talking and talking, and then he come back to your point. You like then you know you got to be humble too to even admit that and say it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a spot that I don't think a lot of people are able to really get to. Is being, you know, the humility part of accountability. Because you know, after you miss it, when you miss it, baby, you know what?
Right.
That night you said don't use Lowry's because it was, you know,
right.
And I used it. I thought it was gonna be good, and it was 7 months old, and now I'm on the toilet all night. You know, you know. But you have to be humble for that. You got to be humble to be able to admit that. Bobby says, "I'm simple. Just rub my stomach. Say, baby, I need you to hear me out. Listen, that is my blood. Because I swear to God, it don't take much else."
And if he ain't got no belly, rub them shoulders. If the shoulders covered, grab them thighs. If the thighs is unavailable, rub them cheeks. Make him hear you. Just find an intimate way for him to actually notice you.
Right. Ultimately. Because at the end of the day, you want your man to hear you, right? Mm-hmm. And if you are operating in your masculinity, he's gonna go toe to toe back. You know what I'm like? I don't think today's generation of women truly understand the power that they have. Their man will do anything for their girl. They will. So you have to help persuade them, though. If you coming at him left and you haven't understood the power of your femininity, I don't mean sex. I'm not, if I'm there, don't even touch me. I ain't that guy. A lot of men are. It don't matter. If you offering it in the middle of an argument, they cool. If the issue for me is detrimental, I'm cool.
I'm too far in my head to go there.
Yes. And so, but you can still affect change. As his woman, I'm telling you, the number one spot I would say is this shutting up spot. And like Misha said, the proof is in the pudding. When you shutting up, and if y'all been on that, now he the only one really on that, just trying to make a point, basically. But you're my nigga, man. So don't, But it is what it is. We've all been there, and so now she, more quiet, listening to you, giving you the eye contact, understand it, all that stuff, and then you talk yourself right back to the spot she was at. And then y'all cool. Hopefully it don't have to even get that deep. But then also, you can just buy, like Bobby said, rub my stomach, let me know how you feel. Don't come at me left. And then when I respond left, you mad when I respond left. Mm-hmm. As if I wasn't pushed left. And vice versa, because we do it too. there's some stuff that me, I don't know. Boy, listen, we should bring my chick on here. She can tell, she gonna confirm everything I've been saying to y'all. This
That'll be crazy. We need to talk after this. I got an idea.
oh Lord.
Kia said the worst is to make it about you when I'm expressing myself.
Ooh, Lord. High five, girl.
That's hard for me.
That's narcissistic behavior.
For sure. For sure. Oh my gosh. I said express yourself, but get to the point. Okay, so let me say something.
Okay, go ahead.
This is when my femininity fights my masculinity, okay?
Okay.
Because a lot of things that the guys are saying on here is me. Why are we still talking about this same thing and you've been explaining this one part over and over again, but just in different ways? Like, I got it the first time. Can we move the fuck on to whatever point you're trying to prove so I can watch Real Housewives?
All right. No, I feel you 100%. I swear that you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong at all.
What the fuck? I am over it. And then I zone out. So you can really catch me and be like, what I just say.
You be like, dang, I knew this nigga was going to ask me that.
I was on TikTok. I'm be honest. I was on TikTok.
Oh my God. Denise says, I will say before starting the convo, all I need is for you to listen. I don't need input or co-signing advice, just listen. Or I need your opinion and then start the convo. So that is it sounds like that's the contrast to what Bobby's saying. So it's like, if you express yourself, like, if too many times when we go on a rant, and I will give this to y'all, when women go on y'all rant, it's 7 different topics in that rant. When the guys, how you were just saying, Misha, he's saying the same thing. He's trying, some way your response is saying, she don't get it. Let me try this. So if 2 fish went over there, you know what I'm saying? And because we so stuck with this how I am thing, we don't really, you're not even trying to hear me. You just want me to shut up. Right. And vice versa. So as you go to start talking and you start bringing up 2 other things, and then another thing come off the first 2, and now we all way in Jupiter somewhere. We supposed to be going to Kroger. And I'm hollering at you because we'll never be able to get to Jupiter. How are we going to get to Jupiter? We'll never get there. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, and then it's like, oh, you won't let me speak, so go ahead. And then this happens.
Yeah, okay. No, let me say, okay. It's impossible for you to hear what I'm saying if you're talking while I'm talking.
Fact.
That is absolutely impossible. So if you're the type of person that has to talk alone, like Denise said, I don't really need you to talk. Like, I really need you to listen so we don't have to go through this again. But when you're with someone who talks with you while you going off, man, I don't know if I'm mad at the prior shit or the right now shit.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing. Yeah, shut your mouth. Shut your goat mouth. But then, like, if y'all are arguing, you cannot talk for 7 minutes.
Look what Bobby said. Why you just saying that?
This is my blood. This is my cousin. This is my first cousin. Okay, y'all be talking long as hell, then get mad that I miss a bunch of details. You didn't hear nothing I said. I be like, that's the thing. It's like, if we're in it, Like if we're talking, that's one thing. You know, how I do for real, I take notes so I don't interrupt you. Right? But if it turns to an argument, put that phone, throw that phone across the street somewhere. You know, because it's like if we're talking like I don't know. I do feel like we all as a people, especially us black folks, we so combative. Um, I feel like we have to find better modes of communicating. You know, where all right, you said it twice. Are you trying to say well? We got to find better ways of communicating because it gets to be just arguing after a while. You know what I'm saying? And that's not nothing gets handled in an argument. You know, so you can't expect nobody to just know, but you have to talk. But you cannot talk for 6, 7 straight minutes. Hoping the other person interrupts you so you can say, "Okay, well, you just talk."
When it's that easy, you ain't want to talk anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Some of us have ADD. Now that's real.
I got a little bit. Like, I know I do.
I got a piece.
I know I do. Like, Bobby said, hell yeah, tell me how it affects us, not just you. It's supposed to be a we thing.
Now, to an extent, yes, but if it's her issue, if she's like, man, I keep telling you about these clothes that you keep leaving, she should have the space to be able to say that. And it don't have to be about how it affects you. Like, I'm tired of telling you about this. What's up? I don't know. Hey, I mean, sometimes,
you got 3. Like, after 3, I'm enabling you.
You said 3.
Dude, you got 3. I'm telling you 3 times. Eventually, you're going to look up and something's going to be missing. And my husband loves fitted hats. He got a collection of fitted hats. So I've bought case after case after case because he just, so, all right, well, if that hat become smushed.
Oh my God. You mean this part?
Yes.
Girl, listen.
I did it on purpose, but I'm gonna tell you that you shouldn't have had it in the bed.
I hope he drop kick you off the top rope when you do that.
Can't, because he's staring up right now. He ain't doing shit like that, okay?
All right.
He on the sideline.
Tell E tag me in. I'll get you off the elbow. People's elbow on you.
You fine. I got to handle you. I ain't worried about you no more. Okay? I'm worried about you no more. Bobby said, I'd rather you write it down before talking to me so you know exactly what you're trying to say. Me too.
Yeah.
Bullet point that shit.
Yeah, it just makes sense. Because everything don't have to be harped on. That'd be our problem too, I think. I think that's a bigger issue about
push the point.
Yes, we want to explain it as if it's foreign. As if the listener don't have a clue. So we got to give the origin, where we coming from, why I feel like I need to say something before you even say something. Yeah. We'll be like, okay. I know people don't like pants on the ground in the middle of the living room or whatever. I know that. So let's get to the point. Oh, so now I can't talk. So now I can't express myself.
But okay, if I be like, no, then what?
Right. Okay, well then you do it.
Like,
we're gonna do whatever you want to do.
Go make some tacos.
Because that's what I want to do.
Right. I don't want to talk about this. Like, we aren't getting anywhere, and you're constantly harping on the same thing. Like, I can't hear this explanation explained in a different way. No more.
Yeah. It's so tough, man. Merging the relationships, like I was saying a little while ago, the older we get, the more stubborn we are, the more we want to do stuff how we've always done them. The more we want to do stuff how the most comfortable way is, however is the most comfortable for us. We don't really want to operate it. We almost take offense to having to, do stuff any other way than what's best for us.
Mm-hmm.
But in a relationship, you're gonna lose that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should change. Your mate should change you. Now I don't mean your core person, like your core beliefs and stuff, but y'all should change for each other. And not like, again, I don't mean the stuff that makes you Misha, just the stuff that'll help him help y'all, and vice versa. He should change so that he can, whatever I said, it was pretty cool, but I know I'm a mess.
Yeah, you go with it. I think a lot of people don't try to establish their change and growth before trying to help somebody else establish their change and growth.
Can you say that one more time?
I think individuals don't establish their change and growth before they attempt to help someone else establish their change and growth. So, i.e., you ain't reached your change and growth yet, but you're trying to push me to my change and growth. How do you know what my change and growth look like or what direction I need to go in? And you ain't even studied what you need to do for yourself.
I don't know. I think you could still help me if you haven't reached your place, right? But you're moving, and you see me going to the right, and you know that cliff is over there. No, I don't know it. You can still help me.
You're attempting your change. Some don't even of that attempt, like to even work on it, because they haven't acknowledged that they're the problem. They're still in the mindset of everyone else is the problem. So you haven't made it there yet, but you're trying to guide me to where I need to go. How, when you don't even know what the change or the growth path look like? So how could you direct me?
The same. I still say the same thing. If you going left and you finna go off a cliff, and I know that cliff's over there, even though I ain't even on the road, I'm gonna still be like, "Hey, babe, don't go to the left. It's a cliff."
Yeah, I see where you're going with it, but I'm more mean. You don't need to yell at those kids no more. Like, you need to gain patience with those kids. And then right. Breath, you say, "Get your motherfucking ass off that goddamn couch."
Right.
What?
Yeah.
No, you can't tell me that I need to change my behavior, but you're still stuck in that same hole. Like, that, to me, it don't make sense. That don't.
I see. So yeah. So then I was still, I was kind of still be saying the same thing. Like, I'm hollering at the kids, right? And I'm telling you, you need to work on your patience. I don't work on mine, but then I go off on the kids. You still supposed to tell me, babe, we ain't supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be working on your patience. Now, if my argument back is, nigga, you ain't, I'm not listening to you. And that's not cool.
Same conversation of you telling me I need to change, you finna do the same thing you telling me to change. You saying that's normal?
Yes. I am. I'm saying that that idea is normal, because just because we know that we should change doesn't mean it's easy to. And so when we mess up, you don't get you need to check me, even if you messing up. Like, I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't think I shouldn't check you because I'm messing up. In my opinion.
Okay. I agree with that, but what I'm saying is you're not aware of you telling me that we need to remain patient, and you just going up on the kids in the same breath that you just told me to chill out with.
Yeah.
Talking about fucked up example.
Yeah, I know. I know. I do. I believe, I genuinely think if you're wrong and I'm wrong at the same time, don't nobody need to say nothing. I don't believe that. I think if I'm wrong and you wrong, whoever speak up first needs to say it first. Just say something first. Because I'm looking to get better. And you my chick, you got to hold me accountable, and I got to be receptive to you checking me.
You just said it though. I gotta remind you, and you just damn said it.
So you reminded me of what I got to do. Now I'm reminding you what you got to do.
Oh my god!
And we can,
I
yes.
feel like
If you don't holler at me about them kids, girl, that means you don't love me. If you see me hollering at them kids, you know I ain't supposed to. You don't say nothing. Get me together.
Kid said, "Well, I know I gotta provide the background details first. Why you?
All right.
You
Too much. See? Too much.
I feel the relationships is a business. We got to learn how to bring out the best. We have to learn how to bring out the best out of each other.
Yeah, I can see that.
He said because men and women see things different. 100%.
True. Very true.
All right, this year.
Sadly, the older I get, the more comfortable I get in my own space.
That ain't good.
God, you need to. You want me to call some? You want me to make a phone call for you?
Yeah,
I know somebody where you can go.
Yeah,
I get somewhere you can go.
Yes, the phone calls need to be made. Tell them that is not good.
I hate that. I definitely feel you.
You about to be she about to be an empty nester soon.
I know you don't want that. Ooh,
like this.
Yeah, I feel you though, because I can see how that can become a thing though after a while. You know what I'm saying? I can see how the older I've said that too, actually. The older we get, the more comfortable, I think I said earlier here, the more comfortable we are in our space, and we want stuff how we want it. And then, so we find somebody and we try to make them fit in to what little space we have open. And then instead of, you better not get no dog, and instead of us just creating space or allowing our mate to create space in our lives, we try to box them into that little area, man, that we have open, and we think we doing good. We think we doing good by letting somebody in that little space. You know what I'm saying? And the person is like, I don't know the old you. What I see is this, and this ain't cool. I don't care about the growth you've done because you wouldn't do another nigga. What I see is that you giving me this little space to make my life in your life. That ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
It's still a sense of control and protection. You know, you only giving a drawer space because shit, he might not be here long. So if he only got a drawer, then it ain't much that I gotta throw out the window, you know. So it's still a sense of, I don't know. Bobby said, Kia, in order to be with someone, you have to be comfortable with self to be with someone else. I think that's what you meant to say.
Mm-hmm. I love your transparency. Thank you so much.
Sometimes, though.
I don't know what part you said it off of, but all right, I'll take that.
Probably the fact that you can check a motherfucker while a motherfucker check you.
What? Ain't that how it's supposed to go?
No, ain't that tit for tat?
Now that, so if you, yes, now if you're only doing it because I did it to you, absolutely. I wasn't talking about that. I was saying if I'm wrong, if me and you just had a conversation about not buying chocolate chip cookies, and so my homegirl bring me some, okay, and then you be like, Misha, we not eating cookies. Don't you get no cookies? Don't get none. And you like, don't you get none? All right, cool. Somebody bring them to me. I eat one of you, and my argument is, I ain't buy them. We still don't buy them. That's a whole little thing. No, you need to be on my head. Like, nigga, don't. What are we doing?
Right.
Then I could be like, well, last week. Nah, we talking about you right now. You weren't supposed to get no cookies, and you got them. Yeah, you better check me. I don't understand. That's what relates. Who gonna hold me accountable? If you my chick, if we all in or getting there, whatever. I ain't talking about, just in general. If you my lady, you better get on me. Who else gonna do it?
Yeah. Bobby said,
No.
It caught me so. It looked funny. Sorry, it looked funny. No, that's like saying a crackhead can't tell you don't smoke crack.
Right.
No, y'all's flipping it to fit what y'all talking about. No, that's not what I'm talking about. We know not to go off the goddamn cliff. We know not to smoke no crack. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if we agree that we're not eating cookies, we're keeping one another accountable for not eating cookies. And then he tells me that it's okay for him to eat the cookies because his friend brought it to him. So what? You should have told her not to bring them to you because we made the agreement that we weren't eating cookies. Period.
Well, I agree with that. 100%.
Y'all so extreme. We're trying to prove y'all points. Y'all tried it tonight.
That was a good point, Bobby. I don't know what you're talking about. No. I'm gonna start telling you that. No.
And I'm not going. That's like a grown ass woman, dog. Kid said, and I'm not saying that to be proud. It's actually scary how much I enjoy my me time.
Man. Yeah.
Girl, I ain't had no me time so long. I don't even know what that feels like, to be honest with you.
I need some me time.
Please don't take me. I can't afford
All
that.
Right.
I ain't got time for that right now.
All right.
That gotta be earned.
What's got to be earned, Bobby?
Sorry, we took too long.
I know, laughing again.
Yeah, that tit for tat shit. That's what you're talking about. Because Emery, when it serves him, he real good at it.
I do not do the tit for tat. I don't do it. I hate that. I hate it too much to do it. I don't like that though. Really, if you own me, if you come to me because I ate them cookies, I need to be like, man, you right. I'm gonna tell you, like, yeah, all right, you right. Now, but drop it though. If we keep going, I'll get some tit for
tat. You say drop it.
I'll be like, okay, you right, sweetie, you're right. Let's just all right. That's it. You're right. I ain't gonna eat no cookies. You keep harping, I'm gonna be like, no, you know you ate 7 Oreos 3 days ago. I ain't say nothing to you.
So that means you was slipping because you was supposed to hold me accountable like we agreed on. So
I agree with that.
Still not serving the purpose if you don't say nothing to protect that person, if you don't say nothing to have a spade in your back pocket, like it's still it's not beneficial.
It's not. I agree with that.
So it's like Bobby said, man, I be mistyping. Oh, okay. For him to give more space in his life, like you got to earn that. Like,
yeah. But that's you gonna. I don't agree with that. I feel like if you choose to date, then you need to be open minded to that. Some people's stuff happens slow. Some people's happen, fast. But if you making them earn a bigger spot, how do they earn it? By just being around? Like, are they just there? You can't argue? Because if you argue, that's a red flag. I don't know if I can trust, then you want to use that to shut back down. And that's not cool. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying you have to, come out the gate telling them you got, rape, telling them your deepest secret type of. I'm not saying that. Not from the gate. I am saying though, like, let them make space, and if they start stretching stuff and rearranging stuff, let them do it if you're serious about it. And I'm not, some stuff, like I say, some things go fast, some things go slow, some things start and then stop. Some things go slow and then pick up. You know what I'm saying? Just be mindful. How you treat me makes more space in your life. Yeah. I don't know. You saying that has to be earned. Maybe I don't like the word earned. Because I feel like that should be given. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that
If you
determines.
mess it up.
Maybe that determines how much he like her. Maybe that determines what place, where she placed because of how, she treat him. So it's like, all right, well.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get that.
She put at a certain 5, or she's gonna be a bencher or whatever. Like, it just it depends on how she treat him. Like,
yeah, give me that. Yeah.
Let me know how that work out for you though.
Yeah.
Because that should get old after a while.
That's what I mean. So maybe that's my approach is like, if I want to, like, I can kind of give. I don't want to give all that stuff, but it's like when I got serious about my lady, I had to, clear space. There's stuff I was doing that's just normal stuff that wouldn't fly in a relationship. Now, I could wait until we get 100% serious to start cutting stuff off like a lot of people do. Or I can start prepping because I like her. You know what I'm saying? And now as, I guess she proves herself, like you said, that how she treat me, whatever. Or just as we pick up, stuff can just keep, growing. But I don't want to, all right, that's far enough now, Paris. That's far enough. You just got to give them the space. You got to give them the space. You have to. I mean, and this is like us. We are not licensed in these areas. We've just been through life, and right.
She took the words right out of my mouth. Like, y'all know this is a different Emery, right? Like, I'm finna be shady, and I don't give a shit. Like, this is just what I do. Like, he is him, but he's so much softer. He is like just he like, this is relationship him. Like, right. Hey, hashtag.
Read between the lines. Both of y'all. Read them. Read them good.
No, but to see my brother happy, like to hear the things that he manifested and prayed for, and to see how it's then come full circle, like, it's pretty dope. Like, it really, truly is. It's really dope because that's what he wanted. He always told us that he believed in love and wanted a relationship, and we'll get married again or whatever. So he just
take away her privileges. How we get back to the backside?
You already know. It's a beautiful thing.
How you gonna take my stuff and use it on me? Well, we need some we need some help. We got we have a new opening coming real soon. Cruise Combo.
Bobby, we ain't trying to put you on blast. We know you booed up. We was just saying. We was hypothetically speaking.
No, so back to the point, Jesus Christ. That's just what you should do. Okay. All right. I feel like you should open that space for them to just go and then see. And if it like, you're not beholden to them, like, you don't have to stay. If it ain't that, let it go. But this is just, what, I'll say it this way. After my divorce, I was like, I can't make the next chick follow the rules from my last relationship. You know what I'm saying? And if I try to add, and then I've had, it's been 6, 5, 6, 7, I don't want to think. 6 years, let's just say 6 years. And there's been people in there. And each one don't work. It don't work. Whatever the reason, just don't work. And if I add all that stuff and then add all the stuff that went wrong in that one and try to start a new one, with, you know, every single thing that's went wrong. Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. If I see that, I'm out. If I see that, I'm out. Some stuff I remember. This is no lie. I don't even. This is the only thing I say about my marriage. I just didn't. I didn't want that. I didn't want. I didn't want to. I remember I was dating this chick, and I thought my issues was, you know, shape. I just that was the issue. The issue was shape. And boy, I went to dating this chick. I said, "Oh, this is a girl thing. This is what girls do." I ain't ready to date, and I had to stop completely cold turkey again. I was already like 7, 8 months. But then here we go. Had to stop again, you know, because I'm just like, nah, I ain't ready, because it's legitimately what, you know, my issue at that time was just what women do, you know, and it's not like it's necessarily a bad thing. I just wasn't for all that. So to, you know, have all that and then to try to make my new one fit, like you got to think about it. All those things are like little blocks that you put in, and you want to find somebody that fits that mold. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for just being genuine, for how I am, how I think, how I move, how I talk, the level of integrity that I live at, my pool of women to choose from is little anyway. Just to be real. So to have all those that are unmovable standards and then put all this other stuff in there and make you know, so I got the unmovable and I got the one that can move around. But I want somebody that fits the unmovable in that. I felt like, well, you know, it's not. I don't think it's wise. You know, so you just got to be open minded and let the stuff do what it's gonna do. If it works, great. You know, if it don't work, it's like, man, another one. And then you take your little day or two or however long it take you to get your life. Get on back out there, unless you just offer. I would hate to be at a place where it's like I'll never get married again. I loved being married. Loved having a partner. I do know your life, Ratchet. That's why this is why I'm giving you this kind of advice, not the Ratchet advice. But yeah, get open minded, man. Let that stuff happen. Just let it happen, and then stop it. If it ain't like, man, that's the thing. Nobody's, you know, has a gun to anybody's head. Like, you know.
Okay, I got a question.
Yes.
And I think it's a topic, but it is a little bit. So, a lot of individuals have experienced loss of spouses, loss of, you know, however you want to work. I'm going to say loss of spouses.
Okay.
And I wonder how it is for that new person coming into that relationship, having to understand or know how to navigate around that partner's feelings who lost that individual. You know what I'm saying?
That's gotta be tough.
Like, I feel like individuals who lose spouses forever and always compare their future to that person that they lost. Not forever and always, for a long time.
Yeah.
For a nice while. Like, it's qualities that they look for in a new person that individual they lost, you know, had displayed. So when we say, like, why do we expect them to just know? So when you meet somebody new and they know that you lost your spouse, like how do they navigate through that? Like, it was just
a strong person. I'd say that much. I don't know. I know that what would be hard for me in that situation is knowing that the only reason why I'm there is because they died. I'm not sure if that would sit well with me. Just because of how my confidence is set up. And then you have to be understanding that they're going to have days, weeks, you know, they're going to want to talk about the person, the guy. You know, everybody can't take that. And it's not even like you want to be understanding,
Right.
but it's like, I'm your man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm not sure if I would be able to.
That's some real shit. Bobby said, "Man, I can't tell you because I was still in love with my ex-wife, but I just kept moving."
I know.
So it's like,
Oh, that's right.
you know, that has to be, because I've been married for a long time. You know, like I've known my husband half of my life, literally
Right. Dang.
half of my life I share with my husband. My husband has went through things that my family ain't went through with me. My husband knows things my family don't know, that my parents don't know. So to lose my diary,
Wow.
to lose my fellow Power Ranger, like
All right.
I'm saying, like we done made it through. You know, I
Yeah. It's always tough like that, man. That would be. It takes a special kind of person. Like both, like so much has to line up on both ends. Like I was saying about even if you're older, like the person who lost a spouse, we'll say a girl, she lost her husband. You know how she was raised plays a big part in it. The how their relationship was plays a big part. The expectations that was there, like the whole life, the life of that relationship has to mesh well with the guy's upbringing. You know how he feels about women, how he feels about leading, protecting, and providing. Uh, all that has to line up, and he has to have tough skin in that particular area where you can take that.
they
You
gotta be
know,
rough.
everybody can't.
And everybody judging you, telling you how long it should have taken you to move on, and you should have waited, or you know, like it. I don't know.
That'd be the thing too, because you know, I feel like I don't want to put my sister all out here, but you know, her husband passed away a couple years ago. Now she's engaged again. She's getting married next year. Mac is my dude. Um, you know, after you and then so you're married and you've been married for a long time. After you're not, you know, people are looking out for you, or they're trying to, you know, they're trying their best, and it's not always the best option to help or try to help, and then it's not always received. It's an ugly. There's no rule book for that. Like I ain't never seen nobody talk about that on no podcast. I ain't read a book about it. I ain't seen no articles. You know what I'm saying? So it's like going through it. You just finding your way. You have to just find your way, and it's such an ugly place, man. My sister was going through it, boy, and she still has her day. She's a lot better, man. Gratefully, you know, but that was tough for her. And so to have Mac around, who is like a godsend to her, I know she's happy. I know she's like, dang, I wouldn't think I was gonna get this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a win. So I'm just grateful that it worked out. But I couldn't imagine Mac's walk up to this point. I couldn't. I couldn't imagine being in his shoes just personally. You know?
I mean, no, you just flat out said you couldn't, like, you wouldn't do it.
Huh? What'd you say?
You flat out said you would do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you knew you could.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to. He's dating now, but we talked through a lot. But he has literally heard every woman he loved his mom. and both his grandmas. I think brotherhood has played a big part. He talking about his little brother who like passed away. He's back in the saddle. Okay, that's a tough one, man. That's hard because there's no like rules. To should you jump right back in? Should you wait? And then there's yeah, you just there's no rules, man. I don't want to, what I'm saying, like go too deep because I don't want to put my sister in there. And there's other people who have dealt with death, but they're pretty similar. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to mix all that. I just know it's hard. I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine you or losing you and then trying to find somebody after you. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing about me and Eric. That's what I love about us because we have those conversations. We all know that that's just a part of life,
Yeah.
So for us to be able to sit and talk and, it helps me to I guess try to get, I don't know. Just him being able to express himself. It's not something that he has to hold in or think about or like he can just articulate it and we move on from it,
Yeah.
So, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Those are good conversations to have, though. I don't have a problem with having hard conversations either. I don't like them necessarily. I ain't gonna act like I do, but I don't mind it. Huh?
Some of them are very necessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unavoidable.
I agree.
What I basically wanted everyone to take away from today was just knowing that it's okay to vocalize what it is that you want and what you need in a relationship. I don't think you saying you don't want to take the trash out is grounds for a person to break up with you. Like, I don't think that you saying I don't want to pick clothes up through the house are grounds for a person to break up with you. They'll notice that it's just a respect factor that you're yearning from them. So that's what I hope individuals, take away from today because a lot of people stuck in their ways. A lot of people feel like their way is the right way. Females, males, all of us. Like, some of us have to do work to know that my way ain't the only way.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that I would love for us to take from this conversation is that we need to speak up. I feel like it is crazy. Let's say it that way. I think it's crazy to expect someone to just know how you feel. I think it's not a smart way to move because they won't know. And then you get into arguments. And if you were keeping stuff in the beginning because you was afraid, didn't know how far to go, if I should speak up, yes. If I say something, I don't want to feel, sound like I'm a nagger. So I'm gonna keep it to myself. But then once you do speak up, it's because you've reached your field. And so now you're there. And so it comes off. Now I'm not even listening to you because how you came at me. And you don't think you came at me wrong though. You think you've been nice. I've been lenient. I've been, So yeah, I would say we need to make sure that we're speaking and talking.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cool. It's nice to be inspiration.
Yes, sir, Bobby. Let us know, Doc. You're gonna support.
So, but ultimately, I think everybody kind of felt the same way from the conversation that went on tonight. I think everybody, see it pretty much the same way. I didn't really know that I was gonna have someone to relate to the, new person coming from that made it a little bit more real for me to, know someone who's experienced it and as he said, he just continued to keep on going. And I think we do that a lot in life. Just whatever is hard for us, we continue to move through. I don't know what's going on over here. Sorry.
All right.
I feel like I keep glitching out.
You been, yeah, it kind of been a little something. You've been a little something. That's cool.
Struggling.
All right.
Kia said she noticed your glow.
She knows the struggle of what?
Noticed your glow.
All right. No, that's far enough.
Bask in it.
I ain't got but one more show to talk about this, and then that's it. So enjoy.
Man, we got the rest of Crucial Combo to talk about. All this.
All right.
The duration. We're speaking it in existence. She's going to be around for the duration. How about that?
That's right. That's what's up. Keep speaking. I like it, man. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it do what it do.
It's going to be even better after Thursday.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Because my God. My God.
My bad.
Yep. All right, y'all. You know what? This has been another episode of Crucial Combos, where what's real was clearly talked about today. He said I was speaking more clear, like I ain't stuttering no more.
Right, he ready to end it. Fuck it, I'm done. Let's go.
I show enough love, y'all. I sure do. This is your boy, Emery.
Girl,
This has been Crucial Combos. Get with us next week. Same bad channel, same bad time. We in here.